My name is Milan Kordestani. We're on Nextplay here. We talk to people about what's next in tech and next in politics. But I'd love to talk to you both about what's next in tech and what's happening on campus here today. Your names?
My name is Purock.
Purock.
I'm Rishita.
Rishita. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you as well.
Are you both from Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. I live in suburbs.
And yourself?
I do too. I live in the suburbs.
Very nice. And what year are you in school here?
I'm a sophomore.
I'm a sophomore as well.
What are you both studying?
I'm a biochemistry major.
I'm a psychology major, but a pre-med.
Wow. Okay. So you want to go into medicine? Do you know what you want to do, or after school?
Yeah, I want to be a MD or a doctor.
Okay. Also a doctor.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, in terms of your degree, like in your investment in college, it's almost like necessary, right? Like you have to go to school in order to go and become a doctor. So I don't know if we'll go down that rabbit hole per se, but talk to me about like AI and your usage of AI in studying right now or in school. Do you use AI at all? Do your professors talk about AI at all?
Yeah, I mean, AI is a big part of what school has become nowadays. All the professors have a course policy that says no chat GPT, no Chegg. So I think AI has been it's been good and bad. Like any information, you can just type something in and it's right there. But it's also a very harmful thing in a sense where students are just copying stuff off of it and then just going from there. So it could be both ways. It could be good and bad.
Do you see anything different in that light?
I mean, personally, in like my own personal experience, I've noticed that it helps a lot in terms of drafting essays. Like not necessarily in copying, because they have like that whole software that detects AI like essays, but it helps a lot when you're trying to like build a basis of a proposal or drafting, just so you can get your ideas out. Because sometimes there's that little block and you don't know what you want to do. So I believe it's helped a lot in terms for that for me.
That makes a lot of sense. And what about in terms of like the field that you're going into and any fears you have about the job market or so on? Like, do you see AI being impactful in that way?
I mean, yes, because like diagnosing something, that's the biggest thing about being into medicine, like knowing what's going on. I think there's already technology out there, like putting, for example, a blood and knowing what like group it is or something like that. But going from there, like I think in the future you see yourself like patients just put like what they feel like, and then they'll just have exact diagnosing of what they feel, what they have. So they don't really need doctors, I think, if this is where it's going.
Are you scared of that possibility or that future, or is it exciting to you?
Yeah, I mean, being a pre-med, yes, scared because of job security.
Right.
I want to get a job, but at the same time, I think it's good that patients don't have to go in and go through all the hassle that they have to.
What about you?
I mean, there's already a lot of patients that consider themselves Google doctors and just search up all of their stuff before they even show up or have it like diagnosed. So I feel like that's like one big concern, because AI is so a lot more in touch with like the human senses, so it's a lot easier for them to do that and not get all of their issues seen at the doctors, which could lead to more like health problems and stuff. And then there's also like in terms of surgery, there's a lot of like robots or robotic generated surgery that's been happening, and there are doctors that control it. But if AI just keeps progressing, then there could be softwares where it can do it on its own. So that does cause a problem to people that want to be surgeons like me. So
What do you think makes a great doctor then?
I think it's a very vague question, but I feel like me personally, I think it's like the skill set that you have, and if you're talking in terms of AI, not everything is gonna be predetermined. There's always a new disease coming out. There's always something that's not learned yet. So I think there's something that you need, like human brains, to figure out what's going on.
What about you? It's vague intentionally.
I mean, for me, I guess it's that human touch, the emotions, like the empathy or the concern and the like emotions or compassion that like a person to person can show can't be done through a computer or like an AI. So that's like the one thing that I know for a fact does not put like us at risk, because they want that like connect, like people want that human touch to them. So.
And how much of like COVID do you think changed the way you perceive either your educational experience or the workforce that you're going to go into? Like that period of time, did it at all change your perspective about this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, COVID just definitely changed my perspective personally, because it's not about just going to work. It's about now like saving lives. Like COVID was basically going there and fighting at the forefront and just saving as many people as you can from this deadly disease at one point.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I just noticed that like it changed terms into like technology because everything went online. So I guess like every company, every market out there found ways to like make everything like technology. So that was like the only like the big thing.
And what keeps you both going? So you're students, you have this like, I think some kind of exciting vision for like what you can contribute to the world, but what keeps you going like on the micro every day when it's 19 degrees in Chicago and you need to go from class to class and somehow have the strength to study, you know?
Yeah. No, I like that. I like the fact that you asked the question because I was just talking to someone. I'm like, hey, like pre-med, like what keeps him going? It's about like the respect that you receive at the end of the day. Like, how many people are gonna go through this and be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna be called myself a doctor. For me, that's personally what's driving me, where it's gonna be received that respect.
I mean, there's always that big long-term goal of the respect, the name, the title, but on an everyday basis, it's just the grades. Like, in order to get to that respect, to get to that point, you have to get like the grades, the attendance, like the mandatory stuff. So that's like the thing that's pushing me through every day to be here when it's like so cold out.
But what about like mentally, like how do you stay sane? Like is it like a spirituality? Is it like a habitual routine? Is it working out? Like, say it again?
Caffeine and the gym. That's literally it.
Yeah.
For you?
For me, it's just just like getting the work done. Something you have to get done. You have to get done. So you have to keep going. There's no way around it. I think you just have to get it done. There's no way to like kind of like put it on the side and then get to it later. So that's what keeps
He's
me
more
going.
stronger mentally. He's a lot more stronger. For me, it's just the caffeine.
All right. Fair enough. And are both of you, do you have family here in Chicago?
Yeah, I have my whole family here in Chicago.
And you?
Me, just my mom and my dad, but they're in the suburbs as well, so no like actual family in Chicago.
Do either of you come from a family of doctors, or would you be like first in your family or immediate family?
My cousin is a doctor, but she's only one, so I would say I'm kind of like close to being the first one, but not really.
Exciting.
In close family, I would be the first one. I mean, distant family, we have like some friends that are doctors, but like in close family, it would be just me.
And how much of like the way you are today or the pursuit of becoming a doctor do you think is like for family or for like what your parents want for you versus like this is my path, I figured out this is the thing that's going to give me the most fulfillment in life?
For me, it was the second route. It was always for me that I wanted to do it. There was no like family pressure at all. Be like, hey, you have to go ahead and become a doctor. There was nothing like that. It was just always that me wanted to, being able to help people and being able to just go ahead and just be. I wanted to always be a doctor. So that was me.
That's the exact same for me. My parents still tell me not to become a doctor because the process is way too long. They're just like, do something easier. Like you need to take a break, but it's something I've really wanted to do for a really long time.
Cool.